This is Lakshmi Narayanan, having 17 years of GATE experience. So, I handled signals and systems and communication systems. Now, for the time being, now I'm going to talk something about communication systems. First, now, here if you observe, what is communication? First, if you observe so, the process of transferring information from one place to other place is known as communication. That is, exchange of information is known as communication actually. Okay, say for example, now here something I am talking here. Okay, so this whatever thing I am talking here, that I should transmit, say for example, from Bangalore to somewhere at Chennai. Okay, so that is what known as communication. Here, exchange of information is nothing but my voice signal. I am talking something. This voice signal I should transmit from transmitter to receiver. Okay, so that is what known as communication. Here information is nothing but my voice signal. Okay, here if you observe entire communications, almost 80% we are going to discuss with frequency domain concepts. So first thing what we should know here in the sense, for different signals, what are the different frequency ranges required, that we should discuss first. Okay, say for example, first for voice signal, frequency range is nothing but, for voice signal the frequency range is nothing but 300 Hz to 3.5 kilohertz. Okay, for voice signal frequency range 300 Hz to 3.5 kilohertz. Okay, so now to transmit this voice signal, generally we will go for telephone systems. Okay, so where we are using this voice signal in sense in telephone systems. Telephone system. Okay, so next, let me say now audio signal. Audio signal frequency range is nothing but, take everything parallel please. Okay, audio signal frequency range is nothing but 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. Generally, to transmit audio signals, we go for radios. Generally, we call it broadcasting. Okay, so example where we are using this instance in radio systems, that is in broadcasting. Okay, next, video signal. Video signal frequency range is nothing but 0 to 4.5 megahertz. To transmit these video signals, generally we will go for TV systems. Okay, so voice signal frequency range 300 Hz to 3.5 kHz. Audio signal frequency range 20 Hz to 20 kHz. See now, there is a difference between voice and audio. Don't get confused between these two things. Voice in the sense something I am talking, only human voice. Okay, frequency range 300 Hz to 3.5 kHz. To transmit this voice signal, we will go for telephone systems. Audio means, let's take a song. Okay, so in that song, if you observe so, in that song you are going to have human voice as well as some music. So that's what, in audio if you observe so, voice signal also you are having, that is this 300 to 3.5 kHz also you are having. Okay, including with that some extra frequency you are having. Okay, so in song if you consider, including with human voice, you are going to have some music. So that's what voice 300 to 3.5 kHz plus extra. So music is nothing but audio signal occupies the frequency range from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Okay, to transmit audio signals, we will go for radio system. That is, here if you observe, to transmit voice, telephone systems. To transmit audio, we will go for radio systems. To transmit video, we will go for TV systems. All these things are nothing but communication systems. First, we will discuss in general what is the overall block diagram of any communication system. Okay, so whatever it may be, either telephone or TV or radio, whatever it might be, in general we will discuss what is the overall block diagram of communication system. Take a subheading now. Generalized block diagram of any communication system. Generalized block diagram of any communication system. Generalized block diagram of any communication system. Take a subheading. Everything note on parallel please. Generalized block diagram of communication system. Take this overall block diagram. We'll discuss later. Take this overall block diagram first. Transducer. First block, transducer. Next, modulator. 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 Okay. This is channel. Channel may be anything. Twisted pair. Twisted pair. Second one, not only everything parallel is coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, free space. Not only everything parallel is repeater or amplifier. Transducer. In general, the overall block diagram of any communication system is nothing but this is what. Take all these things. Okay, that is, now here if you observe, the overall block diagram of any communication system, this is what. Okay. This is transmitter, channel, and this is receiver. Let me explain this concept with respect to voice signal, that is telephone system. Okay. So that is something I am talking. Okay. This voice signal I should transmit, say for example, from Bangalore to Chennai. My transmitter is at Bangalore, my receiver is at Chennai. So this is transmitter, channel, and this is receiver. For telephone system, so input for transmitter is nothing but something I am talking, my voice signal. So input here is nothing but my voice signal. Okay. See, something I am talking. This voice signal is nothing but non-electrical signal. Okay. This voice signal is nothing but in general almost 99% practical signals, if you observe, so non-electrical in nature. So always for transmission reception, I should need electrical signal. Okay, that is, first of all, I should convert this non-electrical signal into electrical signal. For that purpose, the first block, what I am using here is nothing but transducer. Okay, transducer is an equipment which converts one form of energy to other form. Okay, so that is, to convert this non-electrical signal to electrical signal, I am going for the concept of transducer. Here I am using input transducer. Okay, that is generally, if you observe, to convert these voice signals to electrical signal, okay, so what is it to convert this voice signal to electrical signal? What is the equipment we are going to use here is a transducer. What transducer we are going to use is nothing but, generally we are calling mic, that is nothing but a microphone. Okay, microphone. So microphone, here we use microphone. This microphone converts voice signal to electrical signal. Okay, already we discussed voice signal frequency range is nothing but 300 Hz to 3.5 kHz, very low frequency. This is nothing but low frequency, voice signal, low frequency signal. This transducer converts voice signal to electrical signal, but frequency is going to be same itself, low frequency itself, low frequency itself. That is, I got electrical signal. Okay, but I am having now low frequency signal. Always for transmission and reception, we should need high frequency signals. For that purpose, the output of transducer here passes through modulator. Okay, so in modulator, if this electrical signal is passed, output is nothing but electrical signal. In this modulator, what will happen in the sense, this low frequency is going to be translated to high frequency. At the output of modulator, we will get high frequency signal. Okay, so that is what is modulation in the sense, the process of translating low frequency to high frequency is known as modulation. Write down please, write down this. The process of translating low frequency to high frequency is known as modulation. The process of translating low frequency to high frequency is known as modulation. That is, at the output of transmitter, now if you observe, so I got electrical signal, I got high frequency signal. This signal is transmitted through the channel. Okay, channel may be anything. Based on applications, the channel keep on changes. So channel may be twisted pair or coaxial cable. Previously we used it for TV purpose, thick cables. Nowadays everywhere we are going for fiber optic cables or free space. For mobile communications, if you observe, so we'll get free space as a channel. Okay, see, whatever it might be channel, whatever it might be signal, once if the signals keep on transmitted through the channel, the signal strength keep on decreases. Okay, as well as noise interference. So that's what along the channel we should take some precautions to improve the signal strength. For that purpose, along the channel we use regenerative repeaters. In digital communications, we use regenerative repeaters. In digital communications, information is about ones and zeros. To regenerate that ones and zeros, we will use regenerative repeaters. And in analog communications, along the channel, we will use amplifiers. Amplifier amplifies the signal. Okay, so that's what. So the output of transmitter is transmitted through the channel with the repeater as well as amplifiers. That is, now this is receiver. So at the input of the receiver, you will get the output of your transmitter. That is electrical signal and high frequency signal you will get it. So at the output of the receiver, what I have to get back? So whatever the input I am talking here, that signal I should get back here. That is what I should get back finally. Finally, I should get back voice signal. Voice signal is nothing but what here? Low frequency signal. Low frequency signal. Okay. But what I received here, high frequency signal I received here. I need low frequency. So that's what. As soon as I receive high frequency, I should translate that high frequency to low frequency. For that purpose, we are going for the concept of demodulation. Okay. So here this demodulator translates high frequency to low frequency. But no change in electricality. This is not about electrical signal itself. Okay. And now low frequency okay. But now I need now I'm having here electrical signal, but I need a voice signal. That is non-electrical signal I need now. That is, now I should convert electrical signal to non-electrical signal. For that purpose, we'll go for the concept of transducer. Transducer is an equipment which converts one form of energy to other form. So this electrical signal is converted to non-electrical signal by using this transducer. Can you tell me what transducer I can use to convert electrical signal to voice signal? So generally, we'll go for the concept of speakers, loudspeakers. Okay, so loudspeaker. Loudspeaker converts electrical signals to voice signal. Finally, at the output of the receiver, we will get back voice signal and low frequency signal. Okay. Now, what are the things I am talking here that I am getting back at the output of your receiver? Now, here if you observe, in general, the overall block diagram of any communication system, this is what. Now, coming to communication systems, any competitive exams point of view, okay, nearly 80%, more than that, we are going to discuss modulator and demodulators. In analog communications, the different types of modulators and demodulators. In digital communications, the different types of modulators and demodulators. So including with this thing, so in communications, we have to study probability and noise and all. Okay, so these are communication system syllabus actually. Okay, first if you observe modulator and demodulator, I am saying here what we are doing at the transmitting section, by using modulator we are translating low frequency to high frequency. Again at the receiving section, what we are doing, by using demodulator we are translating high frequency to low frequency. Why should I translate low to high? Again, why should I translate high to low? So what is the need of this modulation and demodulation? That concept we will discuss. It's very important basic. Okay, what is the need of modulation and demodulation? Take on subheading first. Need of modulator and demodulator. Take on subheading. Need of modulator and demodulator. Need of modulator and demodulator. Take on subheading now. Need of modulator and demodulator. Okay. Let me discuss first. What is the need of modulation and demodulation? First, by saying basic block diagram, first what to discuss at the transmitting section. At the transmitting section, the first block is nothing but transducer. So what I discussed there in the sense, first block is nothing but transducer. Okay, the output of transducer is passed through modulator I mentioned. Say for example, for the time being, I am not going for the concept of modulation. Okay, directly the output of transducer I am going to transmit through the channel. I am not going for the concept of modulation. directly the output of transducer I am going to transmit through the channel. Now for this transmitter, so now for this transducer, okay, so what is the input I am going to apply now in the sense? Okay, so now say for example some audio signal I am applying here. For this transmitter I am applying some audio signal as input, some song I am applying here. Okay, now this is nothing but non-electrical signal, audio signal. Okay, non-electrical signal. This transducer converts audio signal to electrical signal, but no change in frequency. Transducer converts audio signal to electrical signal. So some song I am applying now. Say for example audio signal frequency range is what? 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Say for example for the time being my frequency is nothing but some 30 Hz. For the time being let me take now. Frequency is nothing but 30 Hz. Okay. Here if you observe this transducer converts audio signal to electrical signal, but no change in frequency. Frequency is nothing but 30 Hz. Now this signal now I should transmit through the channel. That's what my intention. Say for example for the time being I am using this free space air as a channel now. Okay. Now to transmit the signal into the air as well as to receive the signal from free space, to receive the signal from air, what is the equipment we will use generally? We will go for the concept of antennas. Antenna transmits the signal into the air as well as antenna receives the signal from the air. Okay. Now here if you observe, so I am not going in depth regarding antennas here. Different types of antennas you are having. Yagi-Uda antennas, parabolic antennas, dish antennas, different types of antennas you are having. Okay. Have you seen Yagi-Uda antennas? Yagi-Uda antennas. Long before when we are in childhood, Yagi-Uda antennas, we have something like this. Have you seen this Yagi-Uda antennas? When we are in childhood, you could have observed this type of Yagi-Uda antennas. Generally, for TV purpose, we will keep this Yagi-Uda antennas in the upstairs. If you are not getting video properly, we will go to upstairs and then we will shake something like this. Isn't it? Okay. So that's what Yagi-Uda antennas. Okay. So if you observe, to transmit and receive signals perfectly by using Yagi-Uda antennas, the antenna height required on average is nothing but some lambda by 4, something like this. For different antennas, different heights. If you go for parabolic antennas and dish antennas, so parabolic antennas, dish antennas. Okay, we are going to have something like this. These parabolic antennas are dish antennas. To transmit and receive signal perfectly by using this type of things, antenna height required on average is some lambda by 20 to lambda by 40, like that you are having. So for different antennas, just a second, sir. Just a second, sir. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay, sir. Is it okay now? Okay. Okay. For different antennas, if you observe here, for different antennas, different antenna height required here. So Yagi-Uda antennas lambda by 4, parabolic or dish antennas lambda by 20. See now, here if you observe whatever it might be antenna, forget about this by 4, by 20, by 40, by 50 and all. Antenna height is directly proportional to lambda. That is, antenna height required is directly proportional to lambda, in the sense wavelength of the signal. Okay, antenna height, whatever it might be antenna height is going to be directly proportional to wavelength of the signal. Okay, now here if you observe, now let me say now for the time being, let me take my own values for the time being. To transmit and receive this 30 Hz signal perfectly, say for example, I need antenna height is some lambda by 10. For the time being, let me take my own values. Directly proportional to lambda, that's it. Antenna height required is directly proportional to wavelength of the signal. Forget about that by 10 or by 20 and all. Okay. Now, that is antenna height required is nothing but lambda by 10. Lambda is nothing but wavelength of the signal. Here, frequency of the signal is nothing but 30 Hz. Then what is the wavelength then? So, lambda is nothing but c by f, which is nothing but velocity of light, c is nothing but 3 into 10 power 8 divided by frequency is nothing but 30 Hz. 30 Hz. Okay. So, that is wavelength is nothing but 10 power 7 meters. Then what is the antenna height required? Antenna height is nothing but 10 power 7 meters divided by 10, which is nothing but 10 power 6 meters, which is nothing but 1000 kilometers. That is, observe here now. To transmit and receive 30 Hz signal perfectly through free space, I need antenna height of 1000 kilometers from Earth's surface. So from Earth's surface, I should locate this antenna with height of 1000 kilometers. It's too difficult to locate an antenna with height of 1000 kilometers. It's not possible to locate antenna with height of 1000 kilometers. It's impossible. Impossible. So meaning that it is not possible to transmit and receive this 30 Hz signal through free space. Got the concept? Okay. So that is now what I have to do here in the sense. It's very difficult to locate antenna with height of 1000 kilometers. Okay. So I should overcome this problem. That is, I should decrease this antenna height. I should decrease this antenna height in the sense there is no other way. Antenna height is directly proportional to wavelength. I should decrease this antenna height in the sense I should decrease wavelength. Then there is no other way. I should decrease wavelength in the sense I should increase this frequency. That is, I should translate this low frequency to high frequency. That's what my intention now. Okay, that is what known as modulation. Say for the same application, if I go through the concept of modulation, what will happen? That concept we'll discuss now. The same application, if I'm going for the concept of modulation, what will happen? Okay. Same application. Okay, same audio signal I'm applying. I'm going through the concept of modulation now. Okay, so now I'm applying audio signal. Frequency is nothing but 30 Hz. Frequency 30 Hz. Okay, transducer converts audio signal to electrical signal. So no change in frequency. Frequency is nothing but 30 Hz. In modulator, no change of electricality. This is nothing but electrical signal. What we discussed? Modulation in the sense the process of translating low frequency to high frequency. Say for example, by using this modulator, I am translating this 30 Hz low frequency to, by using modulator, if I am translating to high frequency of 30 megahertz. Now what will happen, that we will discuss. Okay, so antenna height is nothing but lambda by 10. Okay, so lambda is nothing but c by f. C is nothing but velocity of light, which is nothing but 3 into 10 power 8 divided by frequency now here 30 megahertz. So that is 30 into 10 power 6. So how much will you get? So wavelength is nothing but 10 meters. So then what is antenna height? Antenna height is nothing but antenna height. Wavelength 10 meters divided by 10, which is nothing but 1 meter. That is, now to transmit this signal through free space perfectly, I should need antenna height of 1 meter. It's very easy to locate antenna with height of 1 meters. Okay, so it's very easy to locate this antenna height of 1 meter. So that is the very first advantage of this modulation or demodulation is nothing but to reduce the antenna height. Without modulation, I should need antenna height of 1000 kilometers, which is highly difficult. Okay, so if I go for the concept of modulation, I need antenna height of only 1 meter. It's very easy to locate antenna with height of 1 meter. Very first advantage of modulation or demodulation is nothing but to reduce the antenna height. To reduce the antenna height. Antenna height. To reduce the antenna height. Okay, so that is, if I go for the modulation, okay, antenna height of only 1 meter itself is sufficient. Here, if you observe, so by using modulation, I have translated 30 Hz to 30 megahertz. Okay, still if that's what antenna height of 1 meter required. Still, if I go for gigahertz in satellite communications, we are going for the concept of gigahertz frequency range. Once if you go for gigahertz frequency range, antenna height of millimeters, micrometers itself is sufficient. Okay, that's what if you observe nowadays your mobile phones and all, you won't see your antennas at all. Long before, 20 years before and all, if you observe seeing mobile phones also, you are going to have some small antenna. But nowadays, what are the mobiles we are getting? Okay, where you won't see your antennas at all. That's what if I go for gigahertz frequency range, antenna height of millimeter, micrometer itself is sufficient. So that's what in mobile phones nowadays you are seeing your antennas. That's what generally, if you observe, in ground floor, if you are not getting signal properly, you will come to first floor. There also, if you are not getting signal properly, you will go to second floor. That is, as the floor keep on increases, antenna height keep on increases, signal reception is going to be easy. That's what the thing happening. Got the concept? So first advantage of modulation or demodulation is nothing but to reduce the antenna height. Taken all? And second one, taken? Second one, second advantage of modulation or demodulation, for multiplexing of signals. For multiplexing of signals. Second advantage diagram. for multiplexing of signals. For multiplexing of signals. Second advantage of modulation and demodulation is nothing but for multiplexing of signals. Generally, what is multiplexing in the sense? Through the same channel, I should transmit more than one signal. That is what known as multiplexing. Okay. Say for example, in my hands now I am having 3 signals. Say for example, now I am having 3 signals in my hands. Now in my hands I am having 3 signals. Okay. Now this is what my channel. Through the same channel, I should transmit these 3 signals. But if you observe here, these 3 signals occupy same frequency range up to 5 kHz. Directly, if I transmit these 3 signals through the same channel, same frequency signals overlaps with each other, and at the receiving section, it's not possible to get back individual signals. Okay. So now, for the purpose to overcome this problem, what I am going to do here in the sense, I am going to fix modulator here. Okay, so what I said now, modulation in the sense the process of translating low frequency to high frequency. Say for example, first signal I am applying here. By using this first modulator, say for example, by using this first modulator, I am translating this low frequency to, say for example, high frequency of some 1 megahertz. And so by using this second modulator, if I translate this second signal to highest frequency of modulation, in the sense the process of translating low frequency to high frequency. So I am translating this low frequency to high frequency of 2 megahertz. By using this third modulator, if I translate this third signal to high frequency of, say for example, 3 megahertz. 3 megahertz. These are first signal, second signal, and third signal. So if you observe in channel, these 3 signals occupies 3 different frequency ranges. Once the frequencies are different, then there is no overlap. Same frequencies only overlaps. If you observe in this free space, we are going to have n number of signals. Those frequencies are different. Once the frequencies are different, then there is no overlap. So these 3 signals, so I can transmit through the same channel at the same time. Once the frequency is different, then there is no overlap. Actually speaking, these are known as frequency division multiplexing. In multiplexing, again we have 2 types: frequency division multiplexing and then time division multiplexing. So these are called frequency division multiplexing. Okay. Now at the receiving section, by using receivers, we can get back our individual signals. By using band pass filters and demodulators, we can get back our individual signals. Okay. This is what known as multiplexing. Okay. Sorry for the 2 minutes disturbance, sir. So little problem with camera. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.